Ah, right. Friday was the day of like musicals. Almost everybody went to a musical. And so at some point, basically, so Kronii, this is how this group came together, but Kronii deliberately blessed me because she said, let's hang out in New York, you and me, one-on-one. Like she wanted to have a date with me. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, hell yeah. But we had a limited time, you know, limited amount of time in New York. And of course, everybody wanted to spend a lot of time with each other. Raora wanted to spend time with me too, and I wanted to spend time with Raora too. So then eventually I asked like, Kronii, okay, so for our date, like, should we go to a musical? And like, should we bring Raora too? And so then we had Kronii, Raora. And then I found out, I don't know, was this really the right timeline? I don't know. But Ame told me she's flying in and she wants to like see us all. Because we were gonna have like an after party and she was gonna come to the after party. But I was like, oh, are you free? Do you want to come to the musical with me and Kronii and Raora? She said yes! So I organized a musical date with Kronii, Raora, and Ame! Yeah! There was like another musical, like simultaneously, Callie organized the group for a different musical. I'm not gonna say which one, they can talk about that if they want to, but I wasn't interested in that one. Well, first, there was like a pre-musical dinner. It's kind of awkward because after the musical would have been kind of late. Before the musical was extremely early, but we had a dinner with, like, both musical groups kind of had, like, dinners beforehand. In my group, for the dinner was Kronii, Raora, IRyS, and Ollie, and me. Ame was not there. Ame was busy still. IRyS and Ollie kind of, like, spontaneously joined the other musical group, but I noticed they didn't have any plans, so I was like, do you want to come join our dinner? Come over. Yeah, so we had a really good time, and I chose a restaurant that was kind of close to the musical venue, but it was so expensive and I kind of felt bad. Once I arrived and looked at the prices, I was like, oh shit. Even I don't think these prices are in any way reasonable, and I was trying to avoid ordering any kind of main course. I just ordered 2 like starters, which was plenty of food. So I was sandwiched between the ID girls, and then Kronii and Raora were like they were like so flirty and like so sweet to each other. Kept on getting jelly. And then it came to payment. We figured we probably don't want to annoy this fancy restaurant with splitting the bill, so we were just gonna have one person pay, and then everybody pays that person. By the way, our bill was... You wanna know how much? Well, with tip, 400. No, we kept it reasonable. No. We obviously we're not gonna order endless. Like we see the prices. We're holding back. This is us, like very much so holding back. Yeah, you thought it would be worse, huh? Right, you could do a lot worse in this restaurant if you wanted to. And most of us just ordered sides. No alcohol, no. None. I think we all just drank. Yeah, we literally all just drank water. $400 without any drinks. Then I'm offering, like, okay, I will use my debit card because I don't have a credit card. And the thing is, sometimes it doesn't work in America. I had times where it worked and sometimes it didn't work. So I give my card because I'm the most senpai. Actually, no, I wasn't. IRyS was the most senpai. But I was like, I'm gonna do this. You guys, girls can pay me later. But it didn't work, and I tried a few times and it didn't work. So next, Kronii tries, but she has her card only on her phone, like a digital card. She tries, and I would think, like, you know, she lives on that continent, right? So surely it would be fine. But no, hers didn't work, no matter how many times she tried. And I also tried, like, sticking it in and just touching and so on. But nothing worked. We were, like, starting to sweat a little bit. And then IRyS finally saved us. IRyS saved us. IRyS's card worked. What? I was like, what? Your card works, but mine doesn't? Fucking Austrian debit card. IRyS saved the day. We were like really getting worried about it. Damn. I need to pay her back still. Thank you, senpai. Thank you. And then we moved on. We moved towards the musical. And then we met Ame. We met Ame. And Laura met Ame for the first time. Yeah. And they got along really well. That was really sweet to like be able to have them get some special time. Ame was really sweet. She had like little gifts as always. Kronii also met Ame for the first time in a while. Ame was looking really cute. Ame was cute. I mean, you know, I always loved Ame. Maybe I'm just super biased, but Ame was super cute. It was so long since I last had seen Ame. So, as I already said, we went to see Moulin Rouge. And oh my god, I was a little bit nervous because Ame knows like, or like her aunt. She's a musical enthusiast. So through her aunt, she gave me a lot of tips on like which seats are the best and like according to like specifically certain musicals. She had insights. So I was trying to get one of the good seats that she recommended, and I kind of fucked up a little bit. I wanted to be on the ground floor, so to say. But when I was booking it, I kept on going back and forth in my tabs on the phone, and it kept on resetting the like seat selection window. And eventually I got really confused and I accidentally booked like the mezzaninum or whatever seats, which also were recommended though. The aunt also recommended some seats there, and I was pretty close to those. Like we were like third row or so in the middle, which as you can see, we had a great view. Although this is a view of standing up, and throughout the whole musical people were sitting down, so we didn't really see this like front stage, not the floor of it, but when performers were on it, we saw them up to like their waist or so, which was good enough, honestly. This was a good view. We had a really good view of the backstage. The main stage was the most important anyway. A really clear view. And in the middle, and look how amazing it looks. There's like a fucking elephant. The other girls also seemed pretty happy with the seats, so I'm glad, even though I fucked up, it was good seats. But one day I want to be on the lower floor and see it from that angle. But yeah, everybody was impressed by like the atmosphere. It was beautiful. So this was amazing. I loved every moment of it. I was so excited. And like one thing though, well, Ame was a little bit perplexed, I guess, about, because she hadn't, I think she said she didn't see the movie, or did she? No, she didn't see the movie. Raora and Kronii knew the movie, and Ame didn't, I think. Yeah, Ame was new to it. She didn't know the story. But she was like perplexed that they were doing so many covers. That like everything was a cover. And she was like a little bit like, I don't know, this is like throwing me off a little bit. And I was like, that's the thing though, that's the thing. And that's what's so exciting about it, because you can vibe along because the songs are familiar to you, right? But yeah, I can see the other POV of like, oh, it's a little bit weird, because like, so they sang a lot of the songs that were in the movie, but some of the songs were new songs that weren't in the movie because the movie is pretty old, and I guess they want to make it more like relatable or whatever and modernized. They kept some songs, but they also added some songs. Like they freaking added Lady Gaga song. Was it Bad Romance? Yeah, because they were like ra ra ooh la la ga ga na 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 ga ga ooh la la what's your bad romance? Yeah, I think they sang Bad Romance. Even I found that choice a little bit bleh, because they're like Gaga, ooh la la. The other new choices were fitting, I would say, though. Besides that, it was marvelous. It was beautiful. It was so enjoyable. I had so much fun. Yeah, and I think the other girls also had a lot of fun. They really liked it, especially Raora and Kronii. I'm glad they were also really into it. Because, I mean, I chose Moulin Rouge, but I asked them if they want to see it. And they already knew it, so, like, the movie. So, perfect. We had so much fun, yeah! After that, we just separated because it was pretty late. But we like, first like Kronii, like we ordered separate Ubers, but Kronii, she was like roaming around endlessly looking for her Uber. We said like goodbye, and then she disappears, and then 10 minutes later, because my fucking Uber was messing with me again. Like she suddenly walked by us again, and we're like, oh, what are you? You're still here? She's like, yeah, I'm still looking for my Uber. But my Uber was one of those Ubers again that take your order and then drive the opposite direction forever and ever and ever. They just don't even... Nope. They want you to cancel, and they will wait 20 minutes for you to cancel. I fucking hate those Ubers. Fuck that. Mm-hmm.